Next up is Jim's wife, Gail, and I like to refer to her as Jim's Director of Player Personnel. Let's speak to us, Gail.
First off, I want to thank everyone for coming today and thank everyone for all the kind words and remarks that you said. And some of them I'm going to be following up on also, because if you were ever around Jim for any length of time, you were part of this football field, whether sprigging or cutting or doing whatever. I want to especially thank Debbie Young and the Glencliff Association for everything that they've done for making this possible. Special thanks today for a couple of people that cannot be here. One of them was Dr. Thomas Bird. He was our team doctor for years, and he did so many things for our players, and a lot of times didn't even charge us for them, and that really meant a lot to us. And also John Takahashi. You see John on Sundays if the Titans are playing. He's one of the trainers. He was our trainer for years here at Glencliff. He would bring us the Titans football pants if they didn't want to wear them anymore. He would bring us shoes, or he would bring us whatever, and we were always so grateful for that. Also, I'd like to thank Scott Burnett. Scott was the athletic director at Metro Schools at that time, and he really helped us out in a lot of different ways. And I also want to thank Murphy Fair. If you looked at the albums out there, Murphy wrote so many articles for us in the paper all those years, and it was really nice to have someone like that. The Cliff, where do you start? There's so many memories in this place. First, let me give you just a little bit of history. When Jim came here, he was 39 years old, at the age of a lot of you guys now that played for him. And I know that back then you probably thought he was ancient, and you know, I guess he was at 39 to some of y'all. But he always enjoyed communicating with his football players and talking to them about different things. Jim came from Good Pasture after 17 years. He was going through a divorce. He was without a job. He was working in a fireworks stand in Lebanon. And Principal Abby Williams called Jim and offered him a job as an assistant coach here. And so Jim came to work at the Cliff. Needless to say, coming from a private school for 17 years, the Cliff was a little bit different place. Coach Broadbent would say that Jim would come in the afternoons after teaching all day. He said his eyes would be as big as saucers, and he would sit on the couch and just shake his head because he was trying to get used to the Cliff after being at Good Pasture. And that did take an adjustment, but he loved the kids here, and he loved all his players. And this is kind of where I came into the picture. I had known Jim when he was at Good Pasture, not personally, but my son was taught by Jim, and he also played ball. And so Jim came up to Franklin High School one day. The Good Pasture team was playing there. And Monty, Jim's son, was the manager of our team. And Kevin, my son, played on the team. And so he came up there and he sat down behind me and Nancy Campbell in the stands. And he did most of his talking to Nancy because I really didn't know him other than to know that I had been to Good Pasture all those years, watched the football games and watched the baseball games, and was even sitting in Greer Stadium the night that he won the state in baseball. So he and Nancy talked, and when we started to leave, I told him, I said, you know, if you ever want someone to talk to, I said, just call me, because again, I knew he was going through a divorce. And so when I got home that day from the game and Kevin came in, I told him what I had said, and he said, oh, Mom, he said, you didn't say that. And I didn't think I had done anything wrong, and I still don't really think I did. But anyway, I found out later that Jim had purposely planned to come to that ball game. And he had when he saw us sitting there, he purposely planned to sit behind us. And I later on told him, I said, that was kind of sneaky of you, because I thought I was trying to pull something over on you, and you were pulling something over on me. So that summer, Jim's father passed away, and several weeks went by, and Jimmy called me because he was really having a hard time about his father dying. And we talked for a while, and then several weeks after that, he was named interim football coach here at the Cliff. And so at the urging of a friend, I called him and I congratulated him. And he asked me to go out. And so the next Saturday, he comes and picks me up, and we go to Radnor Lake. Now, you've got to understand that I'd been divorced for 6 years. I had not dated, and I was a nervous wreck. So when Jim came to pick me up that Saturday, and we went to Radnor Lake, and we walked. And the more we walked, the more nervous I got, and the faster I talked, and the faster I walked. And months later, he told me, he said, "You almost killed me that day." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "You were walking so fast." I said, "Well, I was nervous." And I said, "Besides that," I said, "You're a football coach. You were supposed to be in shape. You were supposed to be able to keep up with me." So anyway, and I was nervous because I knew what a good Christian man he was. And to think that I was going out with the Coach Jim Wilson, it was really an honor for me. And it's like what Tim said, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Jim. He was always respected by everyone. And so this started actually my life at the Cliff. Never knew what all that it would entail or what all it would hold for us. One of the first jobs that I had was cutting the field. Now, we had a little 32-inch snapper mower. Sometimes we brought it from Jim's house, but sometimes he just let it stay out here. And it takes 3.5 hours to cut this field. And then when I would get through here, I would have to go over and cut the practice field. I had a really good tan that summer, but that was